Welcome to the Wrestling Council.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Wrestling Council. I am your host, Comic Bob. Joined as always by my good friend, Hollywood Frank.
HW, baby.
You can catch us here every Tuesday, Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking about all the cool news in wrestling. And damn, we got some good shit last week. Woo! AEW,
Woo!
Wrestling, Forbidden Door. Not sure about the name, but the show itself, oh my god, it's gonna be amazing. And yeah.
2 months from today.
2 months from today. And was it tickets go on sale in
a week from Friday?
Like a week, yeah, a week from Friday. Whew. We're gonna try and get tickets, but man, I'll tell you what, I think they're gonna fly out. It's gonna be tough. But there's all kinds of stuff to talk about. There were some interesting shows. Impact Rebellion, a couple of good things coming out of that. A lot ever since this announcement, man. There's a lot of crossover that's been happening. A lot of crossover talking. WWE's actually starting to take shots at AEW, which tells you exactly what they think about what's going on. And yeah, and then a cherry on top. WWE's making moves. So before we get into that, though, let's get a look and see what's in there. Hicks Villain said, "Sup? What's up, Hicks Villain, my brother?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Hello.
What's up?
What's up?" I'm sure everybody else will start slowly trickling in here. But yeah, before we get into that, though, let's go ahead and get into our favorite segment, a little something we like to call the good, the bad, and the ugly. Frank's going first this week. What you got, brother?
What could be better than AEW Tony Khan's announcement last Wednesday? Forbidden Door, baby.
Yep.
2 months in the United Center in Chicago.
Yeah, that's gonna be amazing, dude. It's there's already all this crosstalk between all the different stars in New Japan and AEW, and even some people in Impact and stuff. Man, they're just going back and forth. Like one of the coolest. Like I saw it and I was like, oh my god, if that happens, it'd be amazing. But Will Ospreay was tweeting to Kenny Omega. He said, "Hey, you're gonna be good in June, right?" So, and if you guys saw that match between Moxley and Ospreay just a couple weeks ago, oh my god, man, that's a dream match and a half right there. But yeah, that's awesome. That's pretty much everybody's good this week, I think.
And we'll see. Like Bob said, tickets go on sale the 6th of May.
Yep.
It's only a 6-hour drive from where we live to Chi-Town, so we'll try.
Dude, if we can, man, we are broadcasting from that show. I don't give a crap what happens. We'll be broadcasting the whole day. We'll like when we go out to eat. Hey, we're here in Chicago. We go to hey, we're sitting down.
Hey, the countdown's begun.
Yep. But what's up, Maldacito? Maldacito, the good Bob was right for once. The bad Bob was right, and ugly still no horseman. Oh man. All right, what's your bad this week, man?
Useless match the other day. Lance Archer versus Serpentico. Why? Why?
Yeah, that's something we can discuss too, because there were some things on AEW. Some people brought up some faults for AEW, and they were legitimate faults, and they were things that like we said, we're honest here, man. Like a lot of people think that we're AEW shills and that we just talk down WWE, but when AEW does something wrong, it needs to be addressed.
They do something right with Forbidden Door. They do something wrong with Archer versus Serpentico. There's no reason for that to happen.
Well, there's a reason for it to happen, but it's just not a very good one. But all right, so that's
it's like Rey Mysterio being lawn darted into the side of the trailer. Come on.
Yeah, okay, but here's the thing, dude. Let's not pretend that everybody doesn't remember that how vicious that was. So that was the whole reason behind that was someone that people absolutely love. My glasses.
You might as well put King Kong Bundy versus Marco Stunt or Omos versus Marco Stunt.
They did that.
Not King Kong Bundy.
A bunch of midget wrestlers, dude. But
and then my ugly is the continuation of McMahon and WWE with single name guys.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Tommaso Ciampa is now Ciampa.
Yep. I don't know what this dude has against first names, man. Well, and even people who had fake first, because one of the big reasons they said that they were doing all these name changes is because they didn't want them to be using their real names. But even people who had fake names, like full fake names, they took the other half of the name away. And I don't understand it. I don't get it. But I agree with you on that one.
And you're building up guys like Braun Breaker down there. So when you bring him up,
Breaker,
what are they going to change his name to?
Tomato Chomper is tough for Corey Graves to say. Do you think that's why they're doing that? That they're making it easier for announcers to remember? Because Corey Graves does mess up names a lot. I just think that's him stumbling over his words. I don't think that's him not being able to remember them, though.
They could take Corey Graves and
just get him off TV.
And him and Michael Cole just go away. Go away.
You know what, though? Michael Cole of late has not been as bad as he has been in the past.
Go away. Go away, Michael Cole. Pat McAfee, good.
I love
Michael
Pat
Cole,
McAfee, man.
Corey Graves. Corey Graves, when he gets back in the ring, if he wants to get back in the ring, all for it, man.
You
That's
mean
what he wants to do.
No,
Corey Graves. Corey Graves.
Yeah,
Corey Graves wants to get back in the ring. Cool.
Yeah, Corey Graves, aka Dime Store CM Punk.
You and your boob girl can go do a mixed tag match.
I don't fault him.
With Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch.
Dude, is anybody here gonna anybody here gonna pretend that she isn't incredibly hot and wouldn't jump at the chance to? But the only issue I have with her is that she's not very good in the ring, and her character work, especially of late, has been terrible. So, but Maldacito, dude, Mal's got a good point though. That moment when they lawn darted Rey into that friggin' trailer, that created the legend of Rey Mysterio, man. Because let's be honest, man. Like I said, that moment sticks in everybody's mind.
Give me Io Shirai, Casey Catanzaro, who changed her name again, Tony Storm. I'll take any one of those three over
Carmella. Oh man, dude, I didn't say that she was the absolute hottest, but she's dude. Ain't no guy that's in this. Let's not pretend. Okay, I just don't think she's very good as a wrestler. But okay, so my good, obviously, Forbidden Door. I squealed like a schoolgirl when that announcement was made. I love the fact that Tony was like, I could sit here and I think Tony kind of starting to read the room and he realizes that people are kind of tired of hearing him talk all the time. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to get the guys introduce this. So he had Adam Cole introduce it. Cole said we're going to get a preview when he takes on Ishii, which their match was actually pretty good. I was actually kind of hoping that she would win that match. We'll talk about that in a minute, but
he is a C-level talent.
Yeah.
I'd rather listen to rest in peace, Dusty Rhodes butcher people's names than Corey
Because
Graves.
Dusty had character.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So but I can't use it as my good because Frank stole it. So I will use this as my good instead. My boy Josh Alexander, the walking weapon, finally defeats Moose and becomes the Impact World Champion. Love Josh Alexander. I think he's a very underrated talent, and this was his moment, man. And I was so happy. He got screwed so bad when he wanted last year, but yeah, it was awesome. I love that. We'll talk a little bit about that because again, like I said, there's a lot of crossover. There was a lot of crossover this last week. They are seriously gearing up towards this show, and I think that this is going to be something that's just going to continue. But that's my good. My bad, and I might get some crap for this, was Jade Cargill versus Marina Shafir. Now let me preface this. That match was way better than I thought it was going to be. Way better than I thought it was going to be. The style of it didn't make any sense to me at all. And it makes me wonder what their end game is for Jade Cargill, because I think Jade Cargill has vastly improved. But that match felt like it needed like a couple of months to build up, like at least a month to build up, because she came in there and everybody just went, "Who?" It's like, yeah. I mean, and here's the thing: Jade is built like a damn tank. Her physique's amazing. Shafir is just as big as she is, though. She just isn't as cut. Ban the witch. But we'll get more into that. This is one of those things where Jade's at the point now where I think we got to start booking her in a certain way. I think she's improved enough to the point where you don't have to Goldberger. But and one of my biggest issues has been selling. Sell.
What do you burn besides witches?
Wood. So
more
anyway.
Witches.
And then the ugly is, like you said, man, the frickin' the name stuff, man. And not only that, but Tommaso Ciampa, who 2 years ago was considered one of the best prospects that WWE had in NXT. He's on Saturday Night's Main Event. That's where he's at now. And yeah, there's a lot of things going on in WWE that a lot of people, a lot of talent that doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, like Butch.
Oh God, dude. Yeah, don't get me started on that crap. But the Hicksville said, bad for booking reasons. Sammy and Tay have hit the wall with the fans. Yeah, and like I said, that whole situation I think comes from two places. I think Tony saw how popular they were on Sammy's vlog and decided, I'll just insert them into the Brandy and Cody storyline. And yeah, they shit the bed on that one too, because again, like I said, when AEW does something wrong, it's pretty bad. Khan loves them too, so they're going to be stuck with the Cody treatment. Good guys being booed. No, I think they went full heel this week. I think they went heel, or at the very least, they went tween. So, but yeah, it sucks, but that is what it is. But then yeah, and just like as soon as they said, I was like, oh my God, dude, are you telling me you're taking his first name away again? Another of these stupid name changes. It's like, how's anybody supposed to get over if all you do everything, you just keep cutting their knees out from underneath them? You know, Mustafa Ali came back. How long before he's just Ali?
No, can't do that. Probably Mustafa.
Oh, jeez. But anyway, yeah, actually a very mild. There was so much good stuff this week, man. The bad and the ugly were kind of mild, mostly just things that kind of annoyed kind of annoyed me. But all right, man. That's our good, our bad, and the ugly, guys. Let's get into it, dude. We got to talk about Forbidden Door. Oh, dear Lord, sweet baby Jesus.
We've been talking about something like this. We've wanted something like this for quite a while.
Ever since All In.
Well, obviously with COVID, it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Japan's restrictions were super tight.
Oh God, dude! Did you? Yeah, and actually,
super tight.
Did you see that Will Ospreay actually tweeted out to New Japan and to the Japanese government, and he was like, "Hey guys, can we allow?" Because here's the thing. I love the fact that New Japan continued to do shows, and then when he did finally, and I can appreciate it because Japan's always been very germophobic. And they're like, when they did allow crowds to come back, they put in these strict rules, like you can't, no cheering, all this stuff like that. Now, here we are, like a year and a half, 2 years removed.
Yeah.
And they're still not allowed to cheer. And so he's like, hey, any chance that we can start lifting this thing? Because, at this point, I think the no cheering thing is kind of stupid. And just let the people have their moment, but yeah, and New Japan, like I said, the Japanese government, they slammed the door, and you can understand why. I mean, it's a pandemic.
Yeah.
But at this point, they just ease up a little bit. Just let people have fun.
Say hi to everybody, Soxy.
Hey, kitty cat. You gotta solo up. There you go.
There's Soxy. Yeah.
Maldacino. Tony needs to break them up and put Tay and Tony together for storyline purposes. Yeah. Okay. Sure. But yeah, like like you said, the people, we've been jock rocking this thing in our heads forever. And like I said, like as soon as the announcement went up, not only did you see all this crosstalk between New Japan and AEW wrestlers, but you saw other wrestlers from other companies like kind of putting their 2 cents in there. It's like I said, they really want to work together. A lot of these guys, they really, really want to work together from all these different companies. And I'll be honest with you, man, Impact. Because we know that we're going to get AEW guys, we're going to get New Japan guys, we're going to get guys from Strong, we're going to get guys from their satellite companies. We're going to get guys from Strong, we're going to get guys from Ring of Honor.
Hey, Leg Kick's here.
What's up, Leg Kick? Hey, my brother. But there's guys in Impact and there's guys in NWA. They want to be part of this thing, man.
MLW,
yep. But the thing that what we got to talk about is what are the matches that we want to see in this thing? Because this thing's gonna be huge, man. Like Adam Cole, I think they've actually I think Adam Cole is being used as kind of the spokesman for this thing, because he's been doing a lot of podcasts, a lot of streams, a lot of circuits, specifically talking about this show and playing up the fact that how big this show really is. Now, there's some people that are saying that this thing isn't going to move the needle like people, some naysayers, like, I'm not going to talk about who they are. They're saying that this isn't going to move the needle because, like people think it is, because they're not looking outside of professional wrestling. But the thing is, people have to understand what those people don't seem to understand, realize is that Tony Khan doesn't want to be Vince McMahon. Tony wants to create the biggest wrestling company. It's purely about making AEW the biggest wrestling company. It's not about making it the biggest multimedia darling or anything like that. I don't think Tony wants AEW to be WWE. He just wants it to be a successful wrestling company.
Yeah.
And I think that's where there's a difference in perspective here, because Tony doesn't care about being a media mogul, which is what Vince's goal has always been. Vince wants to be Ted Turner. We've said it many, many times. Tony doesn't care. He just wants to have the biggest wrestling promotion in the world. So it's a difference in perspective. Now, I can understand them saying, if you did things more like the way AEW does, if you try to push into, mainstream multimedia and culture, you could probably get more common eyes on it. And that's something that they might want to look into doing a little bit more of. But as far as wrestling goes, this show's going to be massive.
Yeah,
it's going to be another All In.
AEW hasn't been around that long. WWE's been around over 40 years.
Yeah, they're around. If you had Vince Sr. in there.
Yeah. So
Jericho versus Angel Hair. What? You lost me on that one, dude. Unless that's a typo or something, or like something like that.
I want to see the Bullet Club with Switchblade.
That's definitely going to happen. That's 100% going to happen. Tanahashi, see, if I thought if they were smart, they would save Moxley versus Tanahashi for Forbidden Door. If they needed to select Forbidden Door, I'm sure Stephen Amell would go. Oh, Stephen Amell would come back in a heartbeat. But I don't know if you guys have watched that show Heels that he does on was it? I think it's is it Showtime? It might be. It's one of them, but that's a really good show. That TV show is really good, and there's a bunch of real wrestlers that star in it. CM Punk plays a character on there. The character he plays is awesome too, man. But it's Showtime. Yeah, it's Showtime. No! What the hell?
What?
It blocked Hicks villain. I clicked on him to highlight his what the freaking hell?
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
You blocked him.
I can't. I see. Let me fix it. I gotta. Why can't I fix it? See, unhide user on this. Good God Almighty, man! What the hell was that all about?
Why are you blocking Hicks villain?
Dude, no, like over in StreamYard, in StreamYard, it's a little the controls are a little different. I go to click the show thing, and I click it, and for some reason my mouse popped over like an extra half an inch, and it clicked on the little 3 drop down things, and it just automatically selected block user. I'm like, what the freaking hell was that? Sorry, dude. But yeah, Hicks villain did been shadow banned. I fixed it anyway. But yeah, like I completely agree. I think Stephen Amell would do it in a freaking heartbeat. I think Shaq would do it in a heartbeat. Like if you want it, what they should do with that show is they should have some celebrities from outside the industry from both sides of this thing. Like maybe some J-pop stars or something from New Japan. Maybe have them do like the pre-show or something. Do like a thing on the pre-show, or and then like have like Shaq be like have somebody like have Stephen Amell be like the MC for the show or something like that, or be on the commentary team. Have like those like the celebrity manager for the night. Like where they come down to the ring with them, stuff like that. You could do stuff like that, and help them get out there into the outside of the wrestling. But yeah. God damn it. Like I said, this show's gonna be freaking huge, and everybody's already jock rocking.
Yeah, I heard it might be back and forth on Okada whether he's there or not.
Yeah, here's the thing. Okada is Okada's the John Cena of New Japan Pro Wrestling. And any match that he does, if he comes because he was stateside here not that long ago, but not much was made of it. And I think that kind of hurt him a little bit. I think he was a little, insulted by that. If he comes to this show, I guarantee you he's going to want to go over. He's like, I don't want to lose.
Yeah.
So that kind of shortens up the dream match list with him, because a lot of people want to see him wrestle like CM Punk. Like, that's one of the matches been floated, is Okada versus CM Punk. Another one is for him and Kenny to have their championship rubber match. Okada versus Omega. Dude, Okada versus Omega 3 would be amazing. But is Kenny going to be ready to go by then? I loved his Kato gimmick. Yeah, you know what?
Yep. Will Ospreay wants to wrestle Kenny at.
Yep, Will Ospreay wants to wrestle Kenny. Well, here's the thing, though. Will Ospreay is willing to lose. But if it were me, I would put Ospreay over. Punk versus Kenny. That's the other one. Dude, just like I said, there's so many dream matches that can come out of this thing. There's so many of them, man. Like, the thing that kind of like, when it happened at the Chicago show, I was all for it. But now that this show's going to happen, now that Forbidden Door is, now that we know that it's going to happen, we know when it's going to happen. There's two matches that I would hold that off until Forbidden Door. Moxley versus Tanahashi, and I would make it for the New Japan US title. Moxley versus Tanahashi, which they've been teasing for a while. Why wouldn't you have that on the biggest show possible? Now, that's not to say that they couldn't do a rematch. I just think that it would have more power if it happened there. And Kingston versus Ishii. Kingston versus Ishii is a dude. That's come on. You guys are gonna beat the shit out of each other. It's Eddie Kingston and Tomohiro Ishii, man. I mean, come on. But yeah, and then Punk versus Kenta's another one. But so like, I've been doing some research, and like here's a list. Here's some matches that I think that just friggin' write themselves. Danhausen versus Toru Yano. That's the first one. You got two gimmick guys who are really popular, and they both have kind of these jokey gimmicks. So those two guys are comedy gold, man, together. Like I'm not a big fan of the comedy wrestling stuff, but I can see you take these two guys and put them together. That match writes itself. If that match doesn't happen, something's freaking wrong. And for anybody who's doesn't watch New Japan, Toru Yano is very much like Danhausen. He's kind of a joke wrestler. He's he's in that same vein as Danhausen. So those two guys could get some serious hijinks. Madison said, "Do you think the name of the pay-per-view is a little on the nose?" Dude, I think they missed a golden opportunity to not just call this All In, like call it All In 2022 or something like that, and feed off of the pedigree of that show. Because that show was like the three major. I mean, there were people from all the different companies. People from, I think we factored out there's like 7 different companies, 7 different wrestling promotions that were involved in that show. But the 3 biggest were the guys who formed AEW, eventually New Japan, and Ring of Honor. Those were the 3 biggest.
No, you're gonna have all 3 of them together again.
And now you got them all 3 together again, and you now have access and ownership of the original All In pay-per-view. So I would have either called it All In 2, and did it standalone as this, or I would have changed All Out to All In, back to All In, and then had the show there. That's the working theory, Hicks Villain. That the reason why they didn't call it All In is because Cody's not involved, and Cody was a major part of All In. So out of respect for him, what the freaking hell is on my pants?
What about Ishii versus Miro?
That'd be awesome. That's another thing too, man. Where the hell is Miro? What the hell? Like he came back. He was on. He started doing his Twitch stream again, which tells me that I guess he's on his way back. But like, we don't even know what happened to him. Did he get an injury?
Oh,
Was there something serious that happened with his family? It's like nobody knows. He just disappeared, just disappeared into the ether.
maybe his double jointed wife did something to him.
Yeah, maybe she broke him in a certain way. But so like I was talking to somebody about this. So here's another match. Obviously, CM Punk versus Kenta. That's the match that I want Punk to have. I heard Miro filmed. Let's see here. Hicks Villain said, I heard Miro filmed the CBS pilot, but I doubt he's a main star. I think someone said I thought someone said that he did something for Young Rock.
I think so too.
Yeah, I thought that was something that he did, or that maybe he did something for Heel. I know there's a lot of guys in CIS Bulgaria. Oh shit, that's funny, but yeah, like where the hell's he been, man? Like that's something I need to look into to try to see if there's any like news on like where the hell he's been.
Who do you got Naito against?
What was the one? So the other, like, obviously CM Punk versus Kenta is the one that's the one I want to. Another one was Orange Cassidy versus Suzuki, which I'm like, I don't know where the hell you guys are getting that idea.
What?
Yeah, do you want Orange Cassidy to die? Because that's what would happen. Is Suzuki would beat the living hell out of him.
You saw Red Samoa Joe.
Yeah. Changed his name to Cherry Cassidy. Now this is one that I'm like, yeah, I'm on board with this one. It's Grills of Destiny versus Red Dragon. I'm 100% behind that. Because I'm a huge would have called it Land of the Rising Wrestle. So yeah, Grills of Destiny versus Red Dragon. And dude, we got to talk about Dynamite too, man, because friggin' O'Reilly's match against versus Jungle Boy. Holy crap, that match was good. That match was so good, man, and I love the outcome of it too, because it's setting up. I think it's setting up some things with Jurassic Express.
You got anything for Naito? You got any opponent for Naito?
I'm looking here because I put it was on a Reddit thing, and then everybody else chimed in. So, Adam Cole versus Jay White. I would save Jay White for somebody else. Honestly, I would like to see Jay White take on like Darby Allin or maybe even Jungle Boy or something like that. Put him in there with a young guy and give him the rub. You know
yeah, I would like him versus Jungle Boy.
That I think that'd be an awesome match, or him versus Dax Harwood. Hardy Boys versus God for the Farewell Tour. That wouldn't be bad, dude. I wouldn't be like, as long as God is in the mix. There's a lot of tag. I'd love to see God versus FTR. That'd be awesome. That'd be amazing.
Would you put Jay White versus Guerrero?
That'd be a good match.
Sammy Guevara.
Jay White versus Sammy
Guevara.
Yeah.
Sammy Guevara.
I'll tell you a match that I would really like to see is Jay White versus Ethan Page, because I think that their character work is very similar. But no, like if I was gonna, okay. A lot of people don't know this, but Andrade is actually a member of Los Ingobernables, okay, which is Naito's faction. I'd like to see Naito versus Andrade. That would be awesome. Or have like an LIJ reunion and have them go up against like the United Empire or something like that. Because you can have like a New Japan versus New Japan match, just have some AEW guys thrown in there, something like that. But I would like to see either that, or I'd like to see the Andrade family office versus Los Ingobernables. But no, the person that I would love to see Naito wrestle would be Penta. I'd love to see Naito versus Penta. That would be an awesome match, I think. Yeah, exactly. Naito's a member of this faction. So it would be cool to see either an interfaction match, which would be dope as hell. I said dose as hell. Low key racist. Or you have like Naito versus Penta. I think would be amazing. I think that'd be an amazing match.
Naito.
Cero Mero. Moxley versus Tanahashi, I think would be great. Someone said Tanahashi versus Keith Lee. That could be interesting. I just think Tanahashi's just too small for it. I mean, Tanahashi's not a small dude, but Keith Lee's a freaking monster. And like, yeah, if you're gonna have a monster, you put him up against a monster. I'm about to say, yeah, sure, low key. But the match that I have to have is Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. I have to have that match. That match has to happen. It has to. That's the dream matchup. Dude, you're talking about the two best, the two best wrestlers in the world, in my personal opinion. The two best technical wrestlers in the world. In Zack Sabre Jr. and Bryan Danielson. And they actually did wrestle each other one time a really, really long time ago when they were both really, really young. I want to see these two guys at the absolute top of their game. And this year has been huge for Zack Sabre Jr. He won the New Japan Cup. And, I mean, my God, come on, dude. That friggin' match writes itself. Now, and then a match that, like, if Moxley can't wrestle Tanahashi, he's got to wrestle Shingo.
Do you see a match where you would put the pure champion Yuta in?
Yeah, I'd have him versus. I would have. See here, I'm kind of torn by this.
And have it be pure champion rules.
I don't think I would have it be pure champion rules. The reason why I would not have it be pure champion rules is because then the people that I want him to go up against, he can't go up against. I would have him go up against either Shota Umino, who's the guy that at the Chicago show, he's the guy that wrestled Jay White. If you like, he's basically Moxley's guy in New Japan, and he's the new. If he keeps going the way he's going, he is the new Tanahashi. He's the new Shawn Michaels over there. Yes, Sonata is out. He is out with an injury. That's why he had to vacate the U.S. title. I would have Wheeler Yuta versus Shota Umino, or Wheeler Yuta versus Sho. One of those two guys. That's I think that would be an awesome match. That'd be an amazing match. Hangman. Now here's the thing. I said that if it can't have Moxley versus Tanahashi, it should have Moxley versus Shingo Takagi. You could have another match. You could have Hangman versus Shingo Takagi. That'd be an awesome match because I did some research. Those two have never had a match when they were in New Japan and Ring of Honor respectively. They never had a match against each other. So Hangman versus Shingo, that'd be awesome. That'd be a great match. And they both kind of had the same kind of journey the last few years. They fought their way to the world title. Unfortunately, Shingo lost his back in a little while back to Okada. But that's still like you still got two top level guys right there.
So let's put Tanahashi versus Hangman.
Tanahashi versus Hangman. You could do that. You could do that. I think they wrestled. I do think that they wrestled each other before. But if
They might have in
was,
New Japan, but
if it was me and Hangman is still the champion going into Forbidden Door, which I think he will be, I do Hangman versus Okada. Yeah. See, here's the thing though. Who wins that match though? Who you gonna? Because like I said, Okada, I don't think if he comes here and on a show this big, he ain't gonna want to lose. He's not gonna want to lose, and they're not gonna want this to end in a scrum. They're not going to want this to end like with like a double DQ or a count out or something like that. People, when they go into this show, they're going to want They're going to want definitive winners and all this stuff. Okay, and New Japan, to their credit, even though they have a lot of interference in their shows, they usually have a definitive, winner and loser. So. Yeah, no, dude, you can't have a draw in that match. The friggin' fans will become rabid and they will hunt you down and eat your throat.
And this could be depending on how many matches. This could be a 4 to 5 hour show.
Yeah, this could. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it'll be a 4 or 5 hour show. I think they're gonna have a pre-show. I think they'll have maybe an hour long pre-show, which could end. I mean, if you add the pre-show, it could end up going 4 hours. It's definitely going to be at least a 3 hour show. It's too big. You can't be anything else. But what do you think, man? Ishii has to have a match on this thing, man.
He does.
Ishii versus Archer. That might not be bad. Ichi versus Miro would be good.
Yeah.
Shingo versus Miro would be really good. So, I mean, it's like, okay, hang on a minute. Let me pull up the rosters for both companies here. Because there's actually some guys on the New Japan roster that are over in Impact. So, let's see, AEW roster. And here's the thing with AEW, they're going to want their young guys to have some stuff. They're going to want their young guys to have some time in this because that's what they do. They build these guys, So they're going to want, and as popular as they are, they're going to want Darby Allin in this thing. They're going to want Jungle Boy in this thing.
Maldacino Bob won't sleep the night before.
Oh, dude, shit, dude. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna be so pent up over this thing. Let's see here, NJPW roster 2022.
And Maldacino Bob was like, "Hey, we should drive home after the event." I'm like, "Dude, no, not getting back in Ohio till 7 o'clock in the morning."
God. I mean, there's so many possible. Dude, there's so many possibilities in this stuff, man.
Like, I don't want to be all. I'll be jacked up and awake, but I don't know if I can be awake for 7 hours.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty.
After.
Yeah, I know that was crazy of me to say, but still. But here's another dream match, man. Chris Bay versus Swerve Strickland. Chris Bay, who's an Impact guy, but he's also working in New Japan. Like I said, you're going to get a crossover from this. I think we're going to get more crossover from this for this show. It's going to be mainly New Japan. It's going to be people and other companies who are connected to New Japan. But that or Swerve Strickland versus Will Ospreay. Oh my freaking God. Or Hiromu Takahashi. That's like, oh my God, dude. That's another dream match right there. That's another amazing match that could happen. Dude, freaking Wardlow versus Jeff Cobb. There's a hoss fight for you right there. Yeah, dude, Mondays are rough after AEW, but yeah, they are, dude. They're very sleepless. But anyway, yeah, like I said, dude, man, like we'll continue to talk about this, through all the way up until the time that it happens, man. There's so many possibilities in this thing, dude. It's ridiculous. I can't. I'm so freaking happy. It's like I've never been more happy to be right. I agree. Stay out of as much as possible. You know what are you gonna do? But all right, enough dragging. We've beaten this one to death, man. Let's talk about Rampage. Let's talk about the Dynamite and Rampage.
Okay.
Let me see here. Oh, God dang it. Let me pull the card back up here.
Dang it, Bob.
I'm not doing very well today. I'm having technical issues here today. So, okay. What did you think about the coffin match between Andrade? Well, that was the big matches on this show was Dustin versus CM Punk, which I thought was a good match. It wasn't the best match they've ever had, but it was a really good match. A lot of like old school wrestling in this. A lot of holds, a lot of like limb targeting. Jade should have watched this match before she had her match with Marina Shafir and been like, "Oh, that's how you sell." Because that was one of the issues I had with her match on Friday. Was there's no selling, and then there's just acting like nothing happened. And she legit, after basically getting her leg worked over hard, just acted like nothing happened. And it's like, yeah, that's not good. I mean, she didn't even shake it off or nothing. It was just like, bam, I'm back on two legs. And it's like, what? Come on. You gotta be better than that.
I hated to hear Dante Martin getting hurt again.
Dude, that sucked. That should have been my that should have been my bad or my ugly for this week. I feel bad for that kid, man. Like, just came back, was just getting in the swing of things, and bam, another leg injury.
Yep.
Yeah. That really sucked. Hickson said, I subbed to a channel called Promo Joe, who shows old Bret Hart moves against Goldust compared to Punk and Dustin. Yeah, it was interesting. Dude, there was a lot of callback in that match. That was one of the cool things that I liked about that match, was there was a lot of callback. And it was just a good match, man. It was just a good, solid match. That was a good match. Wardlow versus the Butcher was okay. I was like, it's what you expect. But dude, Butcher doesn't get enough credit, man. That guy is way better than he's a way better wrestler than people say he is. This match they just didn't work very well together. And it was obvious that it was set up for Wardlow to basically just beat the shit out of him. Blackpool Combat Club versus Brock, Lee Moriarty, and Dante Martin did what it was meant to do. It meant to make the Blackpool Combat Club look like friggin' killers, and that's exactly. I do like that they let them get some offense in and they didn't bury them. That was what was cool about the match. They didn't bury them. I do wonder what's going to happen with Brock Anderson now that Cody's not there to kind of be his corner guy, because he really doesn't need to be on TV. He's just not good enough yet. He's not ready.
No.
He needs. I do think that he's going to be good, though. I mean, come on, look at his dad. And his dad was awesome. But he needs work, and he just needs work. Much more so than the other two. So, good, big hopes for him. Oh, dude, that's why I'm saying Yuta has to be part of the Forbidden Door show. He has to be. he's friggin' over like crazy, and he's one of your ROH champions. You've got to put him in that show. And like I said, him versus either Shota or Show would be awesome because those guys can go just like he can. I don't think it should be pure rules though. Was it Jungle? The best match of the night, hands down, in my personal opinion, was Jungle Boy versus Kyle O'Reilly.
Yep.
Dude, that match was freaking amazing. It was amazing. And I can't believe people have been shitting on that match. I really don't understand. Like there's a lot of people were upset because they said that their styles clash too much. That's what I liked about it. Kyle O'Reilly is just a mean ass striker and a submissions guy. Jungle Boy is a high flyer. A match between the two of them is gonna feel a little weird, but if you look at the way that they conducted that match, it was a friggin' masterclass. You know, Kyle O'Reilly is incredibly underrated. And I like that. And this is something that this is something that they need to do. You need to have surprise wins.
Yep.
You need to have people that you don't think are going to win, but they do. See, that's one of the things I always said. New Japan does tournaments better than anybody. They do these tournaments better than anybody. And one of the cool things, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and all you've been doing with Red Dragon with those guys is losing match after match to Jurassic Express.
Yeah. And I like the drama of how Jungle Boy felt after the match. He was shocked. He's like, I lost. You know, he's been on this huge high where he's been winning like crazy, and all of a sudden, bam, you just get killed. And he was like, this is storytelling. And but like I said, with this tournament, one of the things that I thought would have been cool was if what needs to happen is some of these people, just one or two, all it takes is just one or two. Some of these people that you think are going to lose, they eke out a win, and you're like, oh, so now in your mind, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Anything can. Yeah, I'm super glad he won too, because he's too good of a talent to be buried.
And you had another qualifying match with Britt Baker won.
Yeah, it was her versus Daniela Camella.
Yeah.
That's another one that I thought would have been interesting. Now, obviously, she wasn't going to lose to somebody that we've just met.
Right.
But that's another thing that needs to happen is there needs to be a surprise win in the women's division.
Yeah.
Because then, they just had, was it Julia Hart versus Chris Statlander. Now, I don't think Julia Hart should have won over Chris Statlander, but at some point, one of these matches, women's qualifier matches, they need to have a surprise winner, because that will freshen up that'll freshen up those matches. So, and that, like I said, that's something that I think AEW needs to look to New Japan and kind of take the notes from them on. But yeah, I thought Jungle Boy versus Colorado was awesome. I like that Hook's finally going to have an actual legit match. I don't know how much of a match it's going to be, because it's against Danhausen, because then it's going to be weird. But this kid, we've already seen how we've seen he can do moves. We haven't really seen him sell very much. I want to see this kid sell against somebody that's going to challenge him. I want to see where he's at.
Rob.
Yeah. Yeah.
Curse you.
Yeah. Like I said, I've never been a big fan of the friggin' comedy stuff, but yeah. It is what it is. The coffin match, dude. I did not think the coffin match was that great. I'm really shocked by that. I thought, Darby's usually good at bringing on performances. Andrade is woefully underutilized. I think and again, this is people are giving me crap about this. I think Andrade should have won. He needs this. He needs a win.
Hey, he's going down that jobber.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say he's going down the jobber route. I'm just saying like they've definitely pushed him down the card.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel right because he's too good for that. So I really don't like. Yeah. So overall, this show was kind of mediocre.
Yeah.
With the exception, like I think the Blackpool Combat Club match, I think the Jungle Boy O'Reilly match, I think those kind of pushed it back up, and then the announcement, and then Dustin versus Punk was a really really good match, but like these other matches that should have been better than they were just letdowns. Sting did the mask thing again. That's the best one. Yeah, that was there was a lot. That was the thing. There was a lot of callbacks in this freaking show. A lot. I mean, some of these things, 20-year callbacks.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, Sting did the mask thing again. He's done that like 4 or 5 times.
And you also got to look at it too. Is not just AEW, but Raw, maybe NXT, SmackDown. These shows are going up against the NBA playoffs right now. And it doesn't matter if you have who you have. If you've got a great NBA playoff game on TV, people are going to watch that, not professional wrestling.
Yeah. Speaking of which, and at the risk of getting stoned to death, Raw was actually good this week. Like, don't hate me, don't shoot me, but Raw was, I mean, other than the name shit, which was just like cringe as hell.
I'm not a big fan of the green suit that Rollins wore.
I'm not a fan of the character he's playing, dude. The freaking Joker / Riddler character kind of thing he's doing. I'm not a fan of that. The whole goofiness, but the 20 years of work, 20 years of work was awesome.
Yeah, it's the best thing on the show.
That was awesome.
Going back,
yeah,
because we're almost to the end.
Yeah, almost done. Yeah,
you talked about it. Kyle O'Reilly going over Jungle Boy. Got to have those.
Mm-hmm.
And I mentioned it before we started today. Tomorrow you have Dax versus Cash.
Oh my God, that's gonna be awesome.
And those two wanted that match.
Yep.
They wanted to respect Owen Hart.
Yep. For
Owen, for Brett. They have so much respect for both of those guys that they asked Tony to put them together in a match.
Yep.
1-on-1. So you got Dax Harwood versus Cash Wheeler for the Owen Hart tournament.
Yep. And just announced CM Punk is going to be on commentary for it. So that's going to be freaking awesome.
And unfortunately, sorry, with all these subtle hints that Hitman, he has, from what has been said, signed a Legends contract with WWE. So obviously he won't be coming to AEW.
Which they did specifically to keep him from going to AEW. He kind of all but admitted that that's what they did. Which, I mean, hey, good for him, man. He got a freaking paycheck from Vince McMahon. You know that they probably paid him a decent amount of money, probably at least like $150,000.
But that could be the match. That could be the match of the night tomorrow night.
That is going to be the
Dax
match
versus
of the night.
Cash.
Yeah, because I'm looking at Sammy versus Scorpio could be really really good. Oh, Serena D versus tomorrow's going to be really good because you got Dax versus Cash. You got Lance Archer versus Wardlow should be decent, at very least decent. But then you got Serena D versus Hikaru Shida. Dude, their last match together was dope. Business is yes, exactly. Business is business. I'm glad Bret Hart's pulling a paycheck, man. Awesome. That's awesome, man. Hey, nobody's gonna stone you, Bob. Burn the witch. You got Sonita, and then you got the. I'm interested in who the 10-man tag match. Adam Cole. Hey, it's Big Daddy, the Guardian of Chaos. Big Daddy. Okay, real quick, Big Daddy. Dag nabbit. But Big Daddy, real quick. The Forbidden Door. What's your match, man? What's the match that you got to see at Forbidden Door? You have to see it. AEW versus New Japan, the match that you have to see. The 10-man tag match, though. Who are they going to be up against? Because nobody knows. I'm hoping that they pull a swerve on everybody and we get like some kind of a surprise, like the Blackpool Combat Club, like the BCC plus like Miro and like Hangman or something versus that, like something crazy like that. Like that would be friggin' awesome. That'd be amazing, dude. If they came out, man, oh my god, dude, that like freaking the Bucks would be just like, no, I think it's gonna be. I think one of the tag teams is gonna be the Hardys because they've been building towards Hardys versus the Bucks. I think Jurassic Express will be one of them as well, and then I think Hangman might be the fifth guy. I think could
be Christian too.
It could be. Have to do more research. Cool deal, man. You gotta let me know who that dream match is, man. But yeah, because we were talking about that earlier.
We gonna give them a week to decide then?
Yeah. Like you guys tell us like next week, man. Have your dream matches, or just put them in the comments when the video posts.
Yeah.
But yeah, next week, dude, it's a good Dynamite card so far. I mean, obviously there's going to be more stuff, but you got Dax versus Cash. That's going to be fantastic. Well, Archer versus Wardlow should be decent. Deeb versus Sheeta is going to be really good.
Yeah, Big Daddy, there is no card right now for the Forbidden Door. We're just going on what we think would be the dream match.
Yeah, there's a lot of discussion about who the like what the dream matches are and everything. And obviously there are some like Punk versus Ken. Come on, the to determine the true master of the GTS. Come on. Hardy, yeah, dude, that was hilarious. Like, yeah, this is one of those weeks. I don't usually suggest being the elite to for everyone to watch. You gotta watch the end of that friggin' thing. When Matt and Jeff are there trying to talk up the Bucks because they call them the emo Bucks, and it's like, if you guys are gonna be like this, we don't. Maybe the dream match isn't the Hardys versus the Bucks. Maybe the dream match is the Hardys versus FTR. And Matt's like, yeah, that really stung, man. But then the Hardys just start rattling off every team they've ever lost to, and by the end they go, damn, we lost everybody. It's freaking hilarious, dude, because they're like, we lost it. Like some of these tag teams, like I haven't even remember, like Right to Censor and stuff like that. It's like, oh my god, dude, man, they were like, we lost to the Brothers of Destruction, we lost to everybody, and Jeff just keeps saying that he's like, we lost to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, Big Daddy, we were talking about Okada versus Bryan Danielson, Okada versus CM Punk.
Well, like Okada being the champion right now, obviously.
Okada versus Hangman.
Okada versus Hangman is the match for that. But like I was saying, I'd like to see Ishii versus Miro. That'd be awesome. Ishii versus Miro. American Wolves. Oh my god. Yeah, they were like, he's like, Miro. Yeah, that was TNA, so that didn't count. It was awesome. It was freaking hilarious. But
I mean, God versus FTR would be awesome.
Oh my god, God versus God versus the Lucha Brothers, God versus freaking FTR versus the Bucks. Tag team wrestling at its best, man. But anyway, guys, we are past the time there. Like I said, this announcement, it's exactly what we thought it was going to be. Obviously, the name was different. It's exactly what we thought it was going to be. I'm freaking excited as hell, man. I'm a huge New Japan fan. That's where I go. That's where I learned about most of these guys. Not crazy about the no sell style on some of the Japanese and American grapplers. Yeah, and I think that's going to be kind of a mix. But it's going to be fun. That's one thing I will guarantee is it's going to be it's going to be a fun show. But and there's so much to talk about. And like I said, we'll probably continue to rock this in our heads all the way up until that time. Hopefully, me and Frank
2 months away.
Yep, we got 2 months, 60 days, man. 60 months from. Damn, it's a good time to be a wrestling fan.
And I want to thank everybody up to 84 subscribers.
Yep, 84 subscribers.
Getting closer every week. We're getting close to that 100.
Yep, get to that 100, and we get our own custom. Yeah, 100%, dude. And like I said, and there was a really good Impact show this week, man. There was a lot of stuff. But we get to that 100, we get our custom URL, and onward and upward from there. But yeah, guys,
thank you.
Yeah, and please, guys, afterwards, make sure you like and share this, and leave a comment in the comment section. Stuff you want us to talk about, things you want us to go over. Guests you want us to bring on. Hello, Big Daddy. and just like I said, tell us about the wrestling you watch, and tell us about the shows that we need to check out. And we love talking with you guys.
Yeah.
But take care, everybody. We'll see you next week. Oh my God, this is an awesome week. Have a good one, guys.